On April 2nd, 2024, my camera looked like this. On April 5th, 2024, my camera looked like this. Aww. On April 4th, I was filming an outdoor event for my church, had my camera on the monopod, just sitting there, let go of it for a second, felt a big gust of wind come by, and before I can catch it, it plummets to the sidewalk and bursts into a million little pieces. On my rig, I had my Sony a7S III, my Sigma 24-70 2.8, and then I think I had like my V-mount and a couple other, things I was rigging it with. So I just picked up all the little pieces that I could and went home. I'd never had something like this happen before, and I didn't have any insurance. I got home and assessed all the damage on the camera, and luckily it wasn't as bad as it looked. It looked pretty awful, but it wasn't that bad. So on the a7S III, the only thing that was really broken was the flip out screen. It was completely destroyed, like could not be used at all. But this is back in my career when I was full-time freelance. I was a contractor for a marketing agency, and I had shoots the next day, so I couldn't do anything that day. I literally just put painter's tape around the screen and folded it back in. I just plugged in an external monitor and just kept shooting. In the meantime, I started looking around at options to try and get the thing fixed. I ended up finding this website based out of California, I think it was. They're called Video One Repair. I got an estimate from them, and because I didn't know what else to do and it looked kind of scary and I didn't want to touch it myself, I decided to send it to them and have them fix it for me. So I shipped it off to them. I think it took maybe 2 weeks for me to get the camera back, and it was better than new, fantastic shape. They fixed everything, did a great job. The grand total for that repair was $585.50. Looking back, I feel like I definitely could have saved a little bit of money there, whether it was going to somebody else besides them or just taking a crack at the repair myself. I don't think that necessarily was the best option, but either way, they did a fantastic job. The only other thing on my rig that was broken that day was my lens. So the 24-70, it had fallen right on the filter ring. So the filter ring completely snapped in half. So because I was pretty stressed out about having to spend $500 to fix my camera, I didn't even go and get quotes for the Sigma. I actually just took some electrical tape and I put the ring back onto the lens, taped it up, and it held my ND filter, which was surprising, but it held up okay. So I stuck with the electrical tape fix for almost a full year. But in March of this year, I got sick and tired of almost breaking my ND filter, so I decided to look into actually getting the lens repaired. I reached out to some companies, and the quotes that I was getting were between $300 and $500. I was not about to spend that much just for the filter ring replacement. So I took to eBay and started hunting for my replacement part. And what do you know, they really have everything on there. I found the exact replacement part that I needed and ordered it for $74.19. Luckily, I had an iFixit toolkit laying around, so the repairs were really simple. It's just a couple of tiny screws holding that front element and filter ring together. Took that all apart, put the new filter ring on, and it's good as new. Actually, I have it right here. Perfect condition. Wouldn't even know I dropped it on a sidewalk. And here it is, my good as new, fully functioning camera kit. Now, I'm sure none of these repairs sound like that big of a deal, but at the time I was going through a lot of stressful stuff, and being a full-time freelancer contractor, I was under a lot of stress, and the whole situation was just a big headache, but it was a good learning experience. So here are my biggest takeaways. Number 1, get insurance. I mean, this is pretty obvious, I think, maybe for like the senior videographers out there who have experienced this kind of thing, but I mean, I don't know anybody my age who's doing this who has insurance. But you need to get it if you don't have it. So I reached out to the company that provides my small business liability insurance, and they were able to set me up with a package that I think covered about $10,000 worth of my equipment, and it only added like a couple extra bucks to my insurance every single month, which 100% would have been worth it. So if you don't have insurance, get it. Number 2, don't panic. This might come easier for some people, but I did not handle the situation well. As soon as I saw my camera in pieces, I freaked out a little bit, And I think that caused me to rush into options that weren't necessarily the best. If I would have just taken a couple more days to research companies to repair the camera, I probably could have gotten that, $500 down quite a bit. And every time I posted this camera repair story on social media, there was somebody in the comments, there's probably going to be somebody in the comments on this video saying, oh, I could have repaired that for $200. Yeah, that's great to know. I will definitely reach out to you next time. And since I was not thrilled about having to spend so much to fix my camera, I didn't even want to fix my lens because I didn't know how much it was going to be, which meant that I went a long time without fixing it when I should have just quickly done a Google search to look for the parts, and I could have had this whole thing completely put back together in a couple of weeks instead of waiting an entire year like I did. So don't be dumb and lazy and panicky like I was. Number 3, do it yourself. I realized after the fact that a screen repair on a camera like mine isn't that tricky, and with an iFixit kit and a little bit of patience, it probably wouldn't have been hard for me to just do myself. So looking back, I wish I would have just attempted to fix the camera myself and ordered the replacement screen. And if I wasn't able to for some reason, I could have just shipped it off to the professionals and had them pick up where I left off. At the end of the day, my total cost for this little accident was $660, about 2 weeks without my camera, and almost a year with a janky lens. So here I am over a full year later with all my gear back and functioning at 100%. Though unfortunate that I had to learn these lessons the hard way, I hope maybe these can be helpful for you. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.